That year, the revolution changed course, and it became a question of leadership. Because when you want to kill a revolution, you have to eliminate the men who led it. Once they are gone, the revolution collapses. That is exactly what our comrades did in 1962. They dismantled the ALN, a popular army that had defended the people, in order to seize power. It was all about power. The signing of the Évian Accords on March 18, 1962, between France and the FLN, officially put an end to the Algerian War. The ceasefire came into effect on March 19, 1962. Immediately, a power struggle broke out between the FLN's two main factions. At the heart of the conflict were profound ideological differences. Would Algeria become a revolutionary, democratic, and pluralist state, or an Arabo-Islamic regime aligned with Egyptian interests? In the summer of 1962, in newly independent Algeria, a long-suppressed conflict finally erupted, this time between the GPRA, the provisional government, and the EMG, the military command based in Algeria's borders with Tunisia and Morocco, which has been commanded since 1960 by Colonel Ouerdane Boumediene. Having taken refuge in Tunisia and Morocco, Boumediene's border army remained largely intact, and had seen little actual combat against the French. The president of the GPRA, Ben Youssef Ben Kheddan, stated bluntly that some officers who lived outside did not experience the Revolutionary War like their brothers in the battlefield. The rear command of the EMG is located in Ouerdane, a Moroccan city on the border with western Algeria. The leaders of this border army would later be called the Ouerdane clan, headed by Colonel Boumediene. This clan, also known as the Tlemcen group, was behind the assassination of Ben Ramadan in Morocco in 1957, the death of the great Algerian freedom fighter Colonel Amiroche in 1959, and the assassination of several political opponents after independence. Colonel Boumediene, head of the EMG, had through his lieutenant Abdelaziz Bouteflika contacts with Ben Bella. From then on, an alliance was established between Ben Bella and the EMG. Without Ben Bella, I don't think the border army could have truly taken power. It needed a political figurehead who could pass as legitimate, and for years, Ben Bella had been seen as the political leader of the revolution. Under his banner, the EMG was able to take control. The apparent ideological communion noted by many political observers between Ben Bella and Boumediene rests on objective foundations. An Arabo-Muslim nationalist, Boumediene received a thorough Quranic education before being recruited in 1955 into the FLN by Ben Bella. Galvanized by the support of Nasser and the welcome he received in the Middle East, particularly in Egypt, Ben Bella, upon his arrival in Tunis on April 14, 1962, immediately declared, "We are Arabs, we are Arabs, we are Arabs." According to Farhat Abbas, this public declaration was only half true. Historically, we are Arabized Berbers in whom Berber blood predominates. Besides, it is our faith that matters, and not the race to which we belong. On July 1st, war was declared between the leaders of the revolution. The GPRA requested that France block the EMG's battalions stationed in Ghardima in Tunisia and Ouerdane in Morocco from entering Algeria. The request was passed to Paris, but it was rejected. On July 3rd, the first units of the border army crossed into Algeria from Morocco. When the unit ran out of fuel, French army tankers, by a mysterious coincidence, were already on site to supply them. This gesture by the French was seen as further evidence of Paris's support for the Ben Bella EMG alliance. On July 10th, Ben Kheddan, president of the GPRA, delivered an important speech at the municipal stadium of Algiers. In his speech, Ben Kheddan neither raised the question of Algeria's belonging or non-belonging to the Arab nation, nor insisted on the Muslim character of the country. His speech is focused on the legality of the GPRA, which he was trying to have recognized as the only legitimate authority. This government, recognized by 33 states, is the only authority in Algeria, he said. All Algerians must recognize it, and this in the supreme interest of the nation. On July 11, 1962, Ben Belang settled in Tlemcen, where he was joined on the 16th by Colonel Boumediene. Together they formed the Tlemcen Group. This coalition announced that it was taking Algeria's destiny into its own hands. The coup was underway.
It's
unfortunate to say, but we heard things that were truly frightening. The message was clear. We will take power no matter the cost. On July 25th, Ben Belang's troops invade the city of Constantine. Boudiaf reacts by joining Krim Belqasem and Tizi Ouzou to organize resistance against the border army. On September 4th, Ben Belang took up position in Oran, from where he ordered his troops to march on Algiers, which provoked violent fighting. The crisis degenerated into armed conflict. The fighting reportedly left between 1,000 and 3,000 dead. Thanks to the support of Egypt and France, the Arabo-Islamic nationalists prevailed. Algiers was under the control of Ben Belang and the border army. On September 9, 1962, Ben Belang and the border army, led by Boumediene, enter Algiers. The GPRA, having been defeated militarily, surrendered without conditions. It is the Ouerdane clan that seized power in Algeria. Its nature is clearly politico-military. For historians, the military coup by the border army during the summer of 1962 constitutes a hijacking of Algeria's hard-won independence. This illegitimate act, perpetrated by the Ouerdane clan, sealed the political and economic destiny of post-independent Algeria. The victory of Ben Belang and the border army announces the rise of military dominance, and in particular of the EMG, over civil authority.